everybody. I'm doing 2 videos, and this one is my cut video. I'm cutting a whole bunch of soap and I'm talking about each one of them. And I have got my lotion bar, and I did some new tricks with that, and this was a skinny one that was on the end, but I thought it was pretty. I'm cutting my spirit lifter, and I'm cutting my sinus, and I did some new twists on it. Oh, Bridget, you haven't smelled that one.
No,
Smell
I
that
haven't.
one. I added some camphor.
Oh, I like that.
I love it too. It's so much better, isn't it?
It's Christmassy.
Oh, it smells like Christmas to you?
Yeah, you know the trees, the pine trees.
It don't smell like
Not pine trees, the Christmas trees. You know that big green smell.
All right. I'm doing
my nose is kind of weird.
My black cumin and tea tree and sandalwood, and my cedarwood and tea tree. I'm doing my peppermint, lavender, and tea tree, and I added a twist to it. I am doing my oats and honey and bee pollen, lemony sunshine, lemongrass, lavender, and ginger grass.
That's like summer in a bar.
That's awesome. Okay, and then I'm doing the 5 Thieves Plus soap in activated charcoal with a little decorative salt top. And I have made a new herbal blend that we've decided we love. I didn't know if we would or not. And I did activated charcoal mold swirl, and I show how to do this in the 5 Thieves soap. So watch that video. And then I've made, I have not cut this soap in this video. I've made it its own video, and it's on there now. And this is purple clay with non-colored soap in my ladies hormone bar. And it smells very minty, very, very nice. It's a floral mint. And then this one here is a pot swirl. I'm so excited about it. And I'm just really super excited about it. And I promise to do a video showing how I do this one next, or very soon. And this is my giggle soap, and I wanted it to be more light and cheery. So,
you know, that one there, it reminds me of the 70s. The colors.
Well, patchouli. Oh, well, that's true.
It's got 70s colors.
70s giggle. That's what we need to call it. The 70s giggle.
It's the coloration.
And it's not guaranteed to not give you the munchies.
You know, because we had an old 70s couch that was that yellowish color.
I remember. Right. You're so right. Okay, so that was in their playroom.
It was a hat. It's gone now.
It's gone long time ago. So this is the soaps that I'm fixing to cut, except for this one. This one has its own video. You can find that one on my channel now. And we're going to talk about each soap. Some of them I'm going to give the recipes. A lot of them I'm going to talk about how I did it. And just having fun with soaping. All right. Keep a-watching, everybody. Hello, everybody. This is some of my new mold designs. I've been doing this with a teaspoon, T-E-A spoon. And now this is something I've always done. I use an ordinary candy thermometer wand. And then this is my lotion bar. And because I put so many cups of cut up soap in it, it always mounds up. And so I did that with a spoon yesterday. And then this is a pot swirl. And I did that with a spoon, and I had even more fun with this one. This one here was a mold swirl. And then this one here is our salt. And as I thought, the salt on the top don't look like it's going to stick. So, but that's going to be fun. It's got salt in the upper layer. So when we cut it, I think it's going to be really cool. All right, let's get going. Hey everybody, alright, we're still cutting soap, and I cut some yesterday, and I don't know if I'm going to put that at the beginning or the end, so I don't know where you're coming in on this video. This may be the very beginning, I don't know. So I made so much soap I got soap cobwebs. Anyway, let's get some fun soaps cut. Now, this is my giggle soap. Isn't that what I told you, Bridget? I gave you. I keep a little cheat sheet on them because I get lost. And I was coloring this with celery seed, ground celery seed, and it was like a light green. And then I started coloring it with paprika, thinking that was bright and cheery, because we need something bright and cheery for the giggle soap. And so I tried the pot swirl last time. Hand me a bar of that, Bridget.
Is it this one?
Woo! And this is what I got. I got more color mix than a pot swirl. And so what I did this time is I put everything in it, all the essential oils, but didn't color it. And then right before I molded it, I sprinkled the colors on there and stirred them up some. And I think I got more of the traditional pot swirl. So anyway, I'm just going to have to make myself a new cutter that I can turn the other way, because when I turn this one the other way, I cut too big of pieces of soap because there's too big of a crack on this side or something. I don't know what it is, but when I turn it the other way, I make what I call the monster bars. I tell you, I'm going to have a hard time. This is not wanting to go in my soap mold too well. I wonder if my lotion bar is going to go in my soap mold. I mounded it up really big this time. I may have to start doing it in a mold and a half. Oh, it's so pretty. Does that look giggly? I think that looks like something to giggle over.
I do too.
So anyway, so this is our giggle soap. I'm going to trim just a little bit more off of that. There we go. And the giggle soap is patchouli. I put 7 tablespoons of patchouli in this 6.5 pound when it's wet soap. It's dry. It cures out a little bit smaller, which is 70 ounces of oil. Because if you don't get enough patchouli to really get the giggles. And we want people to get the giggles when they take a bath with this soap, or even just smell it. You take 5 deep sniffs of this soap, and you'll get the giggles. Ooh, it's so pretty. And I put the red and the black. I sprinkled turmeric, paprika, and activated charcoal in it. And then on this last little bit, like the last part that was in the pot, I put just a little bit more paprika. And I stirred it just a little bit more to get just a little darker top to see what that would look like. I don't know, I sort of think I like the bottom better where it's scarce. There you go, everybody. Can you see it?
Isn't it so beautiful?
I know it. I need another light right behind the camera. Anyway, it's so pretty. Oh. And I put peppermint and ginger grass in there. And ginger grass is also a euphoric, so that gives you the giggles too. Oh, that one's pretty. Look at that. Oh, that's so pretty.
Each one's
I can't wait to post pictures on Facebook.
Each one's different and unique.
Yeah, each one's different and unique. Oh, that's so pretty. The turmeric, I think the turmeric got mixed a little bit more than the paprika. So when you're doing this, maybe less turmeric if you want to see more of the white. And it would have been pretty maybe just with the paprika and the black.
Well, I think it's wonderful.
You like
really
you say
pretty.
you think it's just beautiful all on itself. And I didn't sprinkle much, y'all. What I did was I sprinkled some yellow, I sprinkled some red, and I mixed loosely, and I just kept mixing it till I felt like that the grains were actually, in the soap, not just laying on the soap. And then I sprinkled some black and stirred the black second, because I didn't want the black to be too dominant.
We didn't want a black soap, huh?
Well, I wanted it to accent it, but I didn't really want it to overpower the other two colors. and I thought it might. Here, you smell it. What do you think? I added an extra tablespoon of...
eye-catching.
I know, I added an extra tablespoon of peppermint this time because I just thought it could use it. And peppermint's so expensive right now. The suppliers are low of peppermint, and it's not harvesting season yet. And so they're, as I call it, jacking up the price on all of us soapers and essential oil people that use them. And so...
it's totally unfair.
I know. And so anyway, so peppermint is expensive right now, but luckily you don't need much. A bottle will last you a long time if you're just a at-home soaper. But when you make as much soap as I do, you got to have a lot of peppermint, even though you're just using a tablespoon or a half a tablespoon in a normal sized loaf. And with a lot of my recipes, just 1 tablespoon for this whole loaf is all you need. Oh God, that's gorgeous! Isn't that pretty, Bridget?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's. Y'all got to see this one. This one came out just a so perfect blend. Let me get the light, if it'll let me. Isn't that pretty, y'all? I'm so tickled with these.
Mm-hmm.
All
I have
right.
to wash Henry in it so that he'll be giggly today.
I don't know if patchouli is safe for children. I believe gingergrass is.
I don't know. I still want him to be giggling at his birthday party. Come on.
A one-time thing.
Okay. Yeah. That way we don't have no screaming fits.
Oh, I see.
Just in case. You know, he's normally a very well-behaved child, but you never know. And at birthday parties, I don't know, kids just like, nope, it's mine. I can do what I want.
Well,
Wesker did it.
I tell people that this soap is so addictive, it might give you the munchies.
It might.
Oh, man. And of course, patchouli was a favored soap, a favored smell of the 70s, and went right along with a lot of things people were doing in the 70s. And but when I sold just patchouli, I couldn't sell it. It just wouldn't sell. You would have the occasional patchouli 70s person that would go, oh God, you've got patchouli, and buy some. But when I added gingergrass to it and a touch of peppermint, it just started walking off the shelves. Mm-hmm. So I highly recommend that to y'all guys. Give your patchouli a little bit of gingergrass. And I think I used 5 tablespoons of gingergrass in here.
And that's just big enough to send to my bathroom.
Say just big enough for Bridget's bathroom. All right. Isn't it gorgeous? All right, everybody. Now we're going to cut another one. Hey, everybody. Okay. My lotion bar is mounted up so high it won't fit in my cutter. I'm going to have to make me a new wider one because I really love doing these little swirly things on the top. So I'm going to have to cut it freehand. So I bought these from the baking section of Walmart, and it's got a graft. It's plastic coated. The ones in the sewing section had more of a cloth feel or paper feel to them, and I knew those wouldn't hold up. And these have even got a little extra protective screen on them. So, and they're plastic, and because they're used to, more moist, wetter things being baking. And it's got an inch ruler on it, and I'm going to see if I can do it right. And I thought, well, I might also, have something up here to help me mark the spot to get started as well. And so I'm going to, I was on the centimeters. So I'm going to mark an inch spot and mark the inch spot, and then I'm going to cut. I did pretty good. And this is not supposed to look like this. Where's a lotion bar shred? I swore I had one in here. Is it up there? No, it's not there, baby. It's where I've got that soap. Oh, I know. I put it in a drawer. Okay. Of course, now this is an end piece. But see those pretty little squares in there? Well, I've been doing testing. What's the fun of soaping if you can't play? And I thought, well, I'm going to try putting the squares in as soon as it finished cooking, that during the whole cool down section. So I went ahead and dumped them in, turned off the crock pot, and they melted. So that's a no-no, unless you want it to look like this.
Which is pretty.
It is pretty. Oh, and I finally discovered what goes good with bay. Bay and Ylang and peppermint. Perfect. Is that not perfect?
That's perfect.
It is perfect.
That mighty end piece is
yeah, because bay smells like the black licorice. This is perfect. Oh, you missed a couple.
Uh-oh.
And so
I thought it looked a little skimpy over there.
let's cut a little bit more in here so that we can see the true effect of doing it. Now, what I found was when I put it in at 160, it cooled the soap super fast, and it was impossible to mold. So I actually had to turn the crock pot back on and heat it up some before I could mold it, and that was after I'd put my essential oils in there. So then the next, or maybe I did that at 175. Yeah, I did it at 175, and it cooled it, and it was really hard to mold. Then I did it at 185. It was perfect. But I thought, well, let's just see, you know how it would do. I mean, you got to play. And so I played. Oh, now in this one, there is a few solid chunks and some swirls. That's pretty, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I actually put some of that. Let me see that bar over there. The one. No, yeah. I actually cut up some of these to go in it. And so you're getting a few little specks of the black melted too. It's really pretty. But I'm sort of fond of the chunk look. Now, let's do another one.
And this is what we used to do, right?
Do what now?
When we first started soaping, we cut every bar by hand just like this.
We sure did.
And it took forever. And then you made the mold and we went, hallelujah.
Hallelujah
To the mold.
We got a cutter.
Yep. Now we need a bigger one. Our soap bar's gross.
Well, it was okay when we were just making soap for us, but ooh, that's sort of pretty. That piece is solid, and then there's a few pieces that didn't melt all the way, but then you got the swirl too. Look at that, guys. That is pretty. I think I want to cut another one on camera. This bar will take so long that it'll make my video real long, and so, and YouTube has put me on a 2-hour limit. When I first asked if I could make longer videos, I think they never really considered the notion of Kimberly. I tell all my friends that on YouTube and Facebook, you think you want to have me over to your house, but really you are happier having me on a video because you can turn me off.
Ain't that the truth? We know how to talk, don't we, Mama?
Yes, we do. Ooh, that is so pretty. But I still like the simplicity of this bar here. I like the simplicity of that. And this one, I put 4 cups in this big old long one of cut up soap. I mean, not packed, just loosely dropped in there and shook and loosely dropped in. And I found that was not enough. So I did 6 cups this time. And of course, my soap's too tall for the thing. So I'm going to have to start breaking that up into more than one mold. And no, I just can't do it without some kind of reference point up here. I used to do this so much that
you could just lay your knife down and just cut it. Whack,
yeah.
whack, whack.
Yeah, it was like whack, whack, whack. It was a little bit faster, but I've gotten lazy because I got this nice cutter. All right, everybody. Now, in this one, I got to tell y'all the recipe on this one. It's awesome. You have to have bay, that Ylang, Ylang, and peppermint. And let's find it.
I'm going to sniff some of the giggle.
Bridget's going to sniff her some giggle soap. I guess it didn't go back far. Okay. It's 15% super fat. And it has got 1 tablespoon of peppermint and 4 tablespoons. No, I cut it down this time. 4 tablespoons of Ylang or whatever it is, and 1 tablespoon of peppermint was awesome. But this time I put 3.5 tablespoons in the double batch of the Ylang and 1/2 tablespoon of the bay, and it's pretty perfect. It could still cope with a little bit more, but that bay, that licorice bay, it overtakes everything in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
But Ylang is hard to overtake, and that's what made me think. And it has almost a candy smell with the peppermint.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is awesome.
I don't know.
Okay.
We might put some cinnamon in it next time.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. Cinnamon and bay and peppermint would be fun, but cinnamon is a sensitizer and peppermint is a sensitizer, and so you'd have to be really cautious with how much you put in. When you've got a non-synthesizer that you're putting heavy and your others just accents, but when your main smells are peppermint and cinnamon, then you're possibly going to have people with easily irritated skin that would, not be happy. So, all right. Okay, let's do the next one. Okay, this one is my cedarwood and tea tree. And last time, on Facebook, we've been chatting back and forth quite a bit about the slippery elm bark, because I'm an all-natural and I only use natural things to color. And I use slippery elm bark to color this soap. And so it's expensive, like $2.79 for, I think it's only an ounce is what I'm paying for it. And that's at a local health food store. And so I thought, so I said to somebody, if the stuff wasn't so darn costly, I would put some more in there. But when I thought about it, I thought, I'm going to just try it. So 1 tablespoon goes in a normal batch, and this is 1.5 tablespoons. Now this bar is cured, and this one will lighten just a touch. But if you can see, it is a much reddish brown, and I really do like it better. So I'm going to talk to him the next time I go up there and see if I can get several ounces at a cheaper price than what they're doing the 1 little ounce bags, because it's costly. But this right here is the same soap. It's just this one has 2 tablespoons for a double batch, and this one has 3. I almost put 4 in it, but I was like, no, that'll cost me. No, I can't do it. So anyway, there's that one back. Now, the cedarwood and tea tree is great for washing your dog when it has fleas. And I put 4 tablespoons of tea tree and 4 tablespoons of cedarwood. And there's another lady that's been adding rosemary to it, but I don't know. I haven't checked to see if rosemary is dog safe. I haven't checked to see if rosemary is child safe. And cedarwood and tea tree is we use it on the grandbabies.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not
bees and bugs and whatnot.
Yeah. So this soap has a purpose. It's not just for smell. Although it has a woodsy smell that is this is my best seller. And it's, of course, the best seller with men. The next one in line would be the pine and tea tree with men. So it is one of my best sellers. I don't want to mess with it too much, but I love to play. So the thought of cedarwood, tea tree, and rosemary, tickles me. But I make this soap for killing fleas and ticks off of dogs, and it does. And I recommend once a week washing. If you're going to wash your animal more regular, then you need to make a loaf with half that amount. So if you're doing a single batch, it would be 1 tablespoon of the tea tree, and I think you could still do 2 tablespoons of the cedarwood, because the cedarwood's very animal safe. But tea tree is considered a drug, and I have to put it that strong to kill the fleas, and once a week bathing is perfectly fine. But I worry about little dogs who achieve allergies easy. Little dogs live in the house, they come in contact with chemicals, and they become allergic to things easy. Tea tree is the #1 safest to just, people can apply it to the skin pure without diluting, and it go and not cause any trouble with, allergy reactions. But continuously putting it on your skin, on large areas of your skin, over time, you can develop an allergy. So my fear is that with little dogs, that the breed is not, little dogs are more apt to get allergies, more apt to have, medical issues. And so I worry about washing them several times a week in this, and them obtaining an allergy to tea tree. And you don't want that, because it really is a natural way to kill your fleas and ticks. So that's one of my biggest issues, is I worry about the little dogs obtaining an allergy from too much or too heavily used at this percentage. So I tell people, make one with a smaller percentage of tea tree for a more often or a year-round bathing. This is great, though, for once a week during the summer, and I do wash my dog twice a week for that last month and a half, when the fleas hit you right before winter real hard, trying to find a warm place in your house instead of living outside, and you'll have more fleas than normal. And then also, this is great for older skin that grows, old age marks, scaly moles, the critters that grow on your back. This soap is awesome for curing those up, especially if you use my day cream in combination.
Pawpaw's back looks positively fabulous.
I know, all my scaly moles have fell off. I don't know if you noticed. And Daddy's is almost gone. He's not home as much for me to rub the lotion and for me to wash his back, and he needs a scrubber so he can scrub his back better with the foam. I know, I've got to do that.
$2.73 for a back scrubber. I just bought a new one.
I got to do that. So anyway, so this is awesome for many uses. And if you have fleas, deer ticks, chiggers, it wards mosquitoes, bees don't like you when you take a bath with it. So, alrighty, bye everybody. Hello everybody. I'm cutting some of my soap that I made yesterday, and I made a couple of changes to some of it, and so I wanted to tell you about it. This is, excuse me, this soap has no color to it. It is my soap for eczema, dermatitis, dandruff, and psoriasis. And I have added black cumin to the soap now. I love the little natural marbling that the soap gets. And what I do is I've added, I put peppermint, peppermint, lavender, and tea tree. And whenever you go to Dr. Google and you do research on eczema, you will find a lot of essential oils that could be beneficial. And when I was doing my research, I just kept finding that tea tree, peppermint, and lavender were always on the pages. And then finally I found a piece of research that was from a very trusted source and from someone who had a degree in aromatherapy and essential oil use. And they said that there was many essential oils that had benefits for eczema, but that lavender was the main one, and that tea tree helped, was the second main one, and peppermint was an anti-itch, and so it was the third main one. Now, they didn't say anything about black cumin, but they did discuss in great length how that building the immune system was extremely beneficial to people who had eczema, dermatitis, or psoriasis, as a poor immune system would cause the soap to would cause the eczema, dermatitis, or psoriasis to flare more easily. In other words, when your immune system was poor, it could attack you better. The main ingredient, the most highest ingredient used, is the lavender in this soap. But I have now added black cumin. Black cumin is, in my opinion, the number one way to increase your immunity, your immune system. And if you do research on black cumin, the comments that you will find predominantly is that it has been stated by people who love it that it cures everything except death. And they've been using it for ages and ages and ages, long before they understood what the benefits, like before they could actually, do research on black cumin. But they didn't realize why. But the reason why is because when you're sick and you're taking or using black cumin in some fashion, you're helping to build your immune system while you are sick. Building the immune system, of course, prevents sickness because it helps to keep your immune system to such a situation in which you can ward off illness easier. And I know that I have been very healthy since I started using black cumin myself. People use it, the seeds, in tea. They sprinkle it on their food when it's almost done. You can't cook it much, and you got to use. You can't use real super hot water in the teas. Some people use the essential oils in fashions. Black cumin being an edible spice, and they take it internally. And I don't know the right dosage for that. Then there are capsules that have either the ground seeds or the seeds in the capsules, and you can take them in a supplement form every day like a vitamin. Black cumin is awesome, in my opinion. It is used, there's a lot of research on it in cancer studies, because cancer, they use black cumin in some, actually the drugs you would get from the drugstore has black cumin in it for some cancer drugs, and a lot of cancer drugs that are to help you with the symptoms that occur because of the cancer treatments. What do they call that? Cancer recovery treatments, cancer, because of all the nausea and vomiting, the cancer drug symptoms is what it's actually helping you with. Or I'm not sure if I'm saying that exactly right. Do your own research, everybody. Anyway, so this soap here is for eczema, and this is not a cure for eczema. This is to help you treat the symptoms and prevent the symptoms with the black cumin. If you stop using it, it will come back. And I highly recommend my Intense night cream for use with this soap for people with eczema, dermatitis pilaris, and things of that sort. But this soap is great for washing your hair and helping you with dandruff symptoms as well. All my soaps can be used from head to toe, and it lathers like crazy. And so the night cream I've just created has lavender, peppermint, and tea tree in it. The peppermint, of course, in the lotion to help with the itching and hurting symptoms of the when where you want to scratch, and it also has black cumin in it to help build the immune system. So this is a wonderful mate with the lotion. And the reason that you don't want to just buy the lotion is because when you use regular shampoos and conditioners, things that are in shampoos and conditioners can irritate and agitate eczema, and this soap has been designed with no color and essential oils to benefit eczema. It also doesn't have any detergent in it. It's a natural soap product, so detergents are real bad to irritate eczema and psoriasis and dermatitis. And so this is also a good soap for any type of irritation, although I have some with oats and honey and bee pollen that you might choose over this one if you have extremely raw, dry, chapped skin. So, all right, so this is the black cumin, peppermint, tea tree, and lavender essential oil soap that I especially promote for persons with eczema, dermatitis, dandruff, and eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, and dandruff. There you go. All right, and you'll find this on my website as well as my night cream. Hello, everybody. I have made a change to my Sinus soap, and that's it. Yay! I have now added camphor, and there was quite a bit of confusion on camphor: white camphor, brown camphor, yellow camphor, and the clear or white camphor is the good one. And sorry, making noise here. And there was we were reading about it when I got my order, and it said that it should be kept away from people with epilepsy. And I was concerned about that, and then I discovered that lavender, which is also in my soap, also should be kept away from, ooh, isn't it pretty? From epileptics. And so I will be posting a note, sign, with my sign that epileptics, and I'm assuming that must be the epileptic people just know there's certain things they've got to stay away from. But I'm going to put up signs. I've added a warning to the website, and I'm going to add a warning to this page, to the page that I actually sell this soap on. And so I have added 4 tablespoons. Ooh, isn't it pretty? 4 tablespoons of the Majorium. And let's see if I got that handy. Yeah, I never say it right. I think it's Marjoram. And it's the spice, the ground spice that we're used to using for cooking. And that's what I've colored it with. We don't use anything, we're an all natural. We use food grade lye. And there's a statement on my website about the process of making lye soap and the fact that handcrafted soap, when you use the soap calculator and you do your math correct, does not have any residue of lye left in it. Of course, a lye heavy soap would, I believe, still have a residue of lye. So it's very important not to make your soap lye heavy, and to use the soap cal, or soap calculator, to figure your recipe and get the correct amount of lye. And we use food grade lye from Essential Depot. I like that. And we don't use anything but essential oils and natural colors or colorants. So I'm using food grade spice. And I forgot to smell one of them. Oh, that is going to really, really, really clear out the sinuses. Oh, yes. Let's see. What did I do? This has eucalyptus, peppermint, lavandin, not lavender, cassia, and camphor. I cut the cassia down because I'll only use 1 tablespoon of cassia per batch. Like here's a batch and there's a batch. This is a 2-patch loaf because cassia is a sensitizer. If you put too much cassia in your soap, it can irritate gentle skin, easily irritated skin, things of that sort. Cassia can, make the tissues around the eyes sting. Things of that sort, and make people with real sensitive skin break out. But as long as it's used in small proportions, and you don't have to use a lot because it's very strong in smell. So you don't have to put a lot of cassia in your soap to get a good smell. So that's a good thing. I believe cinnamon is that way as well. So just 1 tablespoon at the absolute max. And I think in my soap that I make it with, I only put 1 tablespoon for the whole batch, the whole double batch. But in any case, I cut the cassia down and added camphor. I added 1.5 tablespoons of camphor and 1.5 tablespoons of cassia for the whole double batch. So that's 3/4 of a tablespoon per normal batch. And I'm really, really loving it. I got to feeling a lot better about camphor when I realized that camphor is put in Vicks salve. And I've been using that every winter all my life. I've put it on my children's chest and nose. And that is even a camphor that is not made as well as the essential oil at Essential Depot's camphor. The camphor, there is some controversy on the camphor in Vicks salve. It's derived from another substance, not a natural camphor. And so, and I've been using that for years, and so I'm really quite pleased to offer a natural camphor in my soaps to help with congestion and clearing out the sinuses. Persons who have a clogged nose for any reason, such as allergies, a cold, you're sick, sinus infection, all of those wonderful things, you can take a bath with this, and just the fumes coming up in the shower will make your nose open up and begin to run if it's clogged. And then your body absorbs the essential oils, and I find that the effect is long lasting, but also you can smell, some essential oils work in aromatherapy, and so you can get an effect just by taking 5 deep sniffs as hard as you can of this soap, and in a few moments you will be able to breathe again. I have people who had no intentions of buying homemade soap, and they'll say, oh, I can't smell anything, I've got allergies, or my nose is clogged up, and I'll say, oh, well, here, this will clear you up, take 5 sniffs of this soap, and they'll do it. But they have no intentions of ever using homemade soap. They're just pacifying me. And so they'll do it, and then they walk away, and it clears their nose up so well that they stomp back. Almost, I've had one woman who was mad because she had to buy this soap because it cleared up her sinuses, and nothing had ever worked for her so well. And she was actually mad that she was having to spend her money because she didn't want to buy anything. But she couldn't help herself because it was so good. So that's the kind of feedback I've gotten from my sinus soap, and I'm quite pleased with it. And as I said, when you smell it, if your nose is not clogged, your sinuses just sort of feel minty and tingly, and oh, it feels awesome, and it smells awesome too. I mean, it really smells awesome, this soap does. But if you have really extreme sensitive skin, you should do a test patch with it, because it does have eucalyptus and peppermint and cassia and camphor in it, and some of those, even though do not sit with very, very extremely sensitive skin. But you can just buy it, put it in a Ziploc bag, and sniff on it. Now, all right. I hope you've enjoyed this little bit about my soap. Hello, everybody. I've been doing a test, and I wanted to just put this here in the middle. This loaf of soap stayed in the soap mold for 5 days. I did not take it out as a test to see how it would come out of the mold and how it would cut. And then I let it sit on the shelf for several days, and I've not cut it. And because I wanted to see if I could transport soap to people I mean, I just hadn't done it. I've had people, request it, but I've never done it to actually make a loaf of soap and not ship it. And ship it whole. And I just wanted to see if I could sell or ship it in this, fashion. And look at there, it's cutting just fine. I had to press down a little bit harder than normal, but it is cutting perfectly. Look at there, no issues at all. This is my Spirit Lifter soap, and I made 4 batches of it, so 2 batches of it got cut right away, and most of it's gone already, so I had to get this cut. The Spirit Lifter soap sells like crazy. Oh, and it smells so good. Clary sage, palmarosa, rosemary, and peppermint. Awesome soap. Oh, yeah. Isn't it pretty? And I colored it with the Mexican spice, and I normally put 2 tablespoons, I think it is, per batch. And let me look. Hang on. Annatto seeds ground. I buy it at Walmart. I'm hoping Essential Depot will get it in. They've been buying some things, so maybe they'll buy that and have it for us. Okay. I just put on there color with the Mexican spice, annatto seeds ground. So that means I put 1 tablespoon per batch, and this is a two batch loaf. But this time, all I had was 1 tablespoon in the bottom of the little container, and I had to buy more. And so this only got 1 tablespoon for the whole batch, and so it came out a real light orange. It's a pretty crayon orange. It's really pretty. Let me show you what it looks like when it's cured. That's what it looks like when it's cured. Just 1 tablespoon for a double batch. That would be a half tablespoon for a single batch. And that's so pretty. Oh, this would be a good time to do that. Hang on a minute, y'all. I've been wondering, of course, now this has lost some of its moisture because it is the same age and it's been curing. But let's just see. That one's 5.3. And that one's 5.5. So it's still going to lose some ounces in moisture. 5.7. Let's see. Here's one that I just made, and I made yesterday and cut today, and it's 5.7. So it did hold its moisture well. I did have it covered with plastic. I use these big poly mailer bags to cover my soap bowls. So that right there will, so that shows that if you leave it in the mold, it does retain its moisture, and it is, and then I left it out on the counter for several days, and it still held its moisture pretty well before it was cut. So I think it is possible to ship it with the appropriate, packaging materials whole. I think I would probably cut it in half, though. I don't think I'd probably try to transport, a 2-foot loaf. I'd be more apt to do a 1-foot loaf. So that would be a difference. I would cut it in half to transport. All right. This stuff smells so good. I call it my everything soap. I just love it. Okay. All right. Well, I sure do appreciate you cutting soap with me. I got one more loaf to do. Hang on. Okay. This is my black cumin and tea tree with sandalwood soap. And the black cumin and tea tree alone has a little bit of a clean smell, but not much really, because black cumin has a light black peppery smell. Tea tree has a woodsy, clean woodsy smell. So I put the sandalwood in there to give it a little extra something something. Isn't that nice? And I use slippery elm, ground slippery elm bark to color. Isn't that pretty? I love those natural swirls, and they stay with it to some degree. And I use a tablespoon of the slippery elm per batch, and my molds holds a double batch. And now black cumin is extremely immune system building, and you know that because we just talked about that pretty thoroughly with the lavender, peppermint, and tea tree. And so I won't revisit it too much, except for to say that tea tree has immune building properties also. Plus it's antiviral, antiseptic, anti-everything. If you have problems with athlete's foot, if you'll scrub between your toes with the foam, it'll fix you up. It'll also prevent, if you have a person in your family who has a real hard time with constantly getting athlete's foot, they can use this as a preventative. Tea tree is very healing. It's in a lot of shampoos and things of that sort. Tea tree is just extremely healing. It's great for preventing scars. It's great to wash wounds with. Of course, not a big, massive open, sore where you've tore your body open, but just a normal cut or abrasion. I try to put the little extra stuff in there because, people don't always know what I mean by preventing scars by cleaning your boo-boos. So anyway, so tea tree is an antibacterial, antiviral, antiseptic, great for killing germs on the body, great for, as we get older, sometimes we get skin that begins to have those, I call them old age spots, scaly moles, things of that sort that have a certain amount, like the scaly moles have a certain amount of a viral sense to them. Things that we think, oh, that's going to have to be cut off. Well, I have a cedarwood and tea tree also if you'd prefer. But this black cumin is great for building your immune system. So this cedarwood and tea tree is good, but I like the black cumin. Cedarwood, of course, is a natural bug repellent. Tea tree is a natural bug killer. So my cedarwood and tea tree soap will ward insects away. Sandalwood, they say that it helps to focus the mind, and it's very, keeps the mind clear. They said it was sexually harmonizing, and I don't know what that means, but I put it on my signs whenever I would go to the farmer's market, and the conversations just became a little bit uncomfortable, so I took that off. But it helps you keep centered, and but this soap is to build your immune system. So if you have immune system disorders, or if you have a situation where maybe you have something like genital herpes, AIDS, any type of autoimmune, any kind of thing that you're dealing with on a regular basis that would be better if your immune system was stronger, or if you have a disease that deplenishes the immune system, this soap would be a good application for you to help you out. Because anything that will attack if your immune system gets low would be this would be an advantage to you. Or if you just got lots of little grandbabies running around, bringing in everything in the Blue Wonder in the house. I have been very blessed. My husband got sick, my kids got sick, but I use black cumin in all my products, my lotions and things, and bath salts and stuff, and in my soaps, and my mother got it bad, and but they don't use that lotion every day. I told them you got to put that lotion on every day, and with the black cumin in it. And anyway, my daughter got it, the grandbabies got it, and all I did was get an upset stomach one night, throw up one time, and feel just a little bit bad the next day. So I feel like that black cumin helped me to fight it off, so that horrible virus that they got didn't run rampant through my system. My immune system was much stronger and warded it away significantly. So, and I haven't. I've had a little bit of problem with some sinus, but other than that, I've not got the flu this year. So I'm really excited about that. This winter has been much better with my health. Sometimes your family won't listen to you. Maybe your customers will. So buy some of this soap from me, or make some for yourself, but I highly recommend it. I put 2 tablespoons of tea tree, 2 tablespoons of cedarwood, and 2 tablespoons of sandalwood. See, sandalwood, tea tree, and black cumin, 2 tablespoons each per batch. And let me look and see if that's a half batch or a whole batch. Hang on a second, y'all. No, yeah, that's for a half batch. So it's 4 tablespoons for a double, and a half batch is anywhere from 30 to 36 ounces of oil. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and you can click on my face, which is there on the upper part of the screen, and you can go to my main channel page, and you can find some links on the right to my Facebook page if you'd like to ask me questions, my website if you'd like to buy some soap, some other soaping chat pages, a link to Essential Depot if you would like to buy some essential oil from them. That's where I buy my essential oils, and they also have the big sizes. And their aluminum bottles are designed to hold the essential oil. It's coated and designed to hold the essential oils for, I believe it was 18 months. It was either a year and a half or 18 months. Anyway, and then thank you for watching my commercials. That helps me out. And y'all just have a wonderful day. And bye, everybody. Hey, alright, this is our oats, honey, and bee pollen, lemongrass, lavender, and gingergrass.
Smell the vine? It does.
So, this one here, I don't put any colorant in it. I just put the lemongrass, the lavender, and the gingergrass, the oats and the honey, and the bee pollen, and that colors it itself. And I put the oats and the honey and the bee pollen in with the super fats, and it smells like lemony sunshine with a floral note. It's so awesome. It is I think it's getting to the point that it's my second bestseller.
So it's just summer in it.
It's summer in the bathtub. That is exactly it. It is absolutely delighting. I mean, the smell of it is just so heavenly, and it's great for irritated skin. As you know, lavender is awesome for irritated skin. It's in my eczema bar. And lemongrass is a natural skin toner. Gingergrass is good as well. And so you have all the fantasticness of an awesome combination of essential oils. Plus you have the oats. We've been taking oat baths for ages for dry, chapped, irritated skin.
Poison ivy too.
Poison ivy. And then you have the honey, and honey acts as a moisture lock. So that means that your skin will be less likely to dry out after using honey in a skin application. And then honey also helps to build the immune system, even absorbing it externally through the skin. So I did a lot of research on that.
You got rid of my allergies when I was 13. Honey did.
Yeah. And
good stuff.
And so and it has just a wonderful natural color to it, being that there's no colorants in it. Even though I don't use any unnatural colorants, having no colorants in it, I'm more assured not to irritate dry, irritated, and chapped skin. But you can use it just because you love it, and it's awesome for shaving. I love to shave with it. The oats gives it a really, really fun, creamy lather that is just awesome. You want to go ahead and take a few, Bridget?
Yeah, I'll take a few. Waiting for you to say when. Didn't want to go stealing your bars.
Say, stop stealing my soap. Oh, and here you can see a bar. I'll turn the light. Isn't that pretty? It's just so pretty. I love the color of it. I love the way it looks when you cut it. And it's very, very, very popular. Lemongrass is one of the main components in my acne bar as well, because it's a natural skin toner. And so I'm very, very pleased with this soap. I highly recommend it to you. And then I use organic oats, and I grind them myself. I have what's that thing called? Health Master. A Health Master. It looks
Living Well Montel.
Yeah, it's a Living Well product, and Montel is in cahoots with them on it. And he advertises it on his show, and then he also just does commercial shows, you might say, just to promote the Living Well Health Master. And I bought 2 of them. I bought one for me and one for my mother, but it's got a bit. I bought the commercial one. It was just a little bit more. And
It's awesome.
my mama loves the little bullet that I got her. And she said, it's just too big. We never use it. So I brought one into the soap room, and I keep one in the kitchen.
Ha ha ha.
So, and look, we've got a nice bar there to cure. Go ahead and sit that with the other bars because it's so big it will.
And I'm stealing your last 2. Or do
Yes.
you want them?
Oh,
There you go.
there they are. All right, bye everybody. Hey everybody. Now, I am going to add this clip to 2 of my videos. I'm doing a video of cutting all the soap I've made over the course of 2 days, and I'm going to try to fit it all in one 2-hour clip. I'm hoping. And so anyway, so I'm going to attempt to put this clip in both of my videos, because I've also made a video on how to make the Thieves.
5 Thieves.
Yeah, whoopsie, I'm losing some salt. This is the 5 Thieves Plus. I think I'm out of camera. The 5 Thieves Plus soap. And so I was making that one, and boom, my camera did not process the molding clip. And I used a very similar technique on this one. So I want to show you this one and that one, since I added this to that video, so you could see how I molded that one. Does that make any sense? I don't know.
So basically, you molded them the exact same way.
Yeah, and I just used black charcoal on this one, and I used salt on that one. Salt is supposed to be really awesome for the skin and healing, and that one there is for.
Ooh, and it'd be nice. What do you call it? Oh gosh, I've lost the word now. Exfoliant.
Ooh, isn't that pretty? Oh, that is so pretty. Now, this one here, we haven't decided whether we like it or not yet, and it is high in essential oils. Very expensive bar to make. Oh, look, I'm getting black on me. It has thyme, basil, bay. Here, let me know. It has basil, myrtle, thyme, bay. Cinnamon, just a touch to sweeten it up. It has geranium. Did I put the geranium in it, or no? I didn't. I put a little bit.
This one.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Go look at your paper so you don't mess up. Isn't it that new one there?
Yes. Okay. It has rosemary, thyme, myrtle, basil, lemongrass, bay, clary sage, peppermint with a touch of cinnamon, and it has 2 tablespoons of rose clay, and then the black charcoal on the top for fun. Total fun. And I am in love with the brambleberry rose clay. This is the prettiest color I think I've achieved. Where's the, not that one over there, the purple swirl? This is the purple clay and the white non-colored soap in a swirl that I did, and I did a special little video on this one, and the purple is not real purpley, and I think you'd have to add
more,
like 4 tablespoons, and this is 2 tablespoons in a double batch, so this is a tablespoon per batch, and I mean, it's beautiful. But it would be so much more fun if it was more purple. And so, anyway, I need, but the purple is so expensive. If I could find it maybe in cheaper, but at Brambleberry, and I guess the purple, it's just harder to find. So, it's just more expensive for them to buy, I'm sure. It's not like they're, cheating us or anything. But you never know. I might find it from another source in a larger size where it would be cheaper.
I thought I saw clay at that health food store at Wildwood. Not at the main store, but down at the vitamin one. There was clay down there.
Really?
I remember, because I was fussing at you. I said, well, let's get some clay. No, I don't want to mess with that yet.
Yeah, because I didn't know whether it was natural and what was in it, and I hadn't done my research yet. You must research what you put in your soap.
Yeah. But this was a face mask kind of clay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And they had different colors?
I don't remember. I remember seeing, it was a pretty good sized bag.
Uh-huh. All right. Well,
but it was like the tannish color.
We will look at it. And so, now let me give you
we might could get them to order different colored clays. You never know. They do that.
Yeah. Now, so this is a test bar, all new, and we haven't decided if we like it yet. But Bridget, and I love the little spoon swirl on the top. Bridget, you smell one and I'll smell one.
It takes a very long smell to get all those smells. It makes your nose really work. I like this soap.
It has an earthy, green, herbal smell.
It's kind of sweet too, a little flowery, just a little.
Are you smelling a floral note in there?
I'm
surprised that I'm not smelling more of the lemongrass. The lemongrass is just blending in and making the herbal perfect.
It's kind of got a rosish, that light, sweet smell. You know how the rose.
Oh, I'm getting it now. Right on the back of your nose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to get a real long smell on it. Oh, I can't wait to put this in the shower and see what happens then, because then when you put it in a hot shower...
You know what it really needs, I think?
It magnifies it.
Yes. It needs more peppermint, but peppermint is so costly, and I have been using it like crazy, and now my bottle is empty, and it's underneath the table over there in the empty glass bottles.
Oh, I'm in love with it just the way it is.
You like it just the way it is?
I do. I love it. And I'm not a rose fan.
Well, it don't really smell like roses, but it has that background earthy smell of a rose.
Yeah, very light. I remember as a kid, oh my gosh, every year my mom had to buy me a rose, those kits with the soaps and the body washes. Every year it was always rose. Oh my God. Every year. Now, so I'm just not fond of rose now. Because it was every year.
But it really has.
It has a wonderful
It has an earth green with just a touch of floral.
It's like
spring. It's like a light, not like a flowery floral, but a light floral on the background.
It's high spring.
Yeah.
When all the flowers have just popped open, and so your nose is not used to
really, it makes you sort of think about walking in the woods when the trees are just putting out, and you can smell the tree buds.
Too.
And the dirt in a like a black dirt woods where the dirt actually, where you got a lot of moss. Oh yeah, where you got a lot of moss. We might call this one mossy oak.
And it does have a very camouflaged appearance.
Yeah, it's camouflaged. I don't think I've ever lost it that bad on camera before. I'm never going to get this in 2 hour spot.
Oh, well.
Okay. Okay. So, this is my only concern with it. This bar is going to be costly because there is like a whole bunch of essential oils in here.
Like what, 8 different kinds?
Yeah, I mean, and I didn't put them in light neither. The only one I put in light was the cinnamon.
And the peppermint. The peppermint was only a half a tablespoon.
No, the cinnamon was only a half a tablespoon.
Sure?
It was something to put a little spice note in the background.
No, cinnamon was a whole.
Cinnamon was one and a half. 1.5. And I swear, I think it could have used 3.
Yeah,
but
probably.
It is perfect the way it is. But
it smells really good.
Yeah, it does. But the thing I'm going to have to see about is the black charcoal was mixed, but it wasn't like dissolved in. It was sprinkled and swirled on the top with a spoon. And that's on the video on how to make the 5 Thieves. If you want to see me do it. So anyway, so we're going to have to take a bath with this. We're going to have to test it. See, it's getting black on my hands. After it cures,
I think it'll rinse off.
No, I mean, I just need to see how it works. You know, if we get this big black bunch of foam in our hands that is not, you know, conducive to happy customers.
Well, this right here is cured, right?
Yeah, but that's just like all blended up, you know. And it's not really cured. It's only been there a day, so. And not a full 24 hours. So anyway, but this soap is beautiful. And I'm hoping that this is going to be... Bridget, you're in the camera.
Oh, sorry.
And she's still in her gown, y'all. It's early morning. Today's Henry's birthday. Plus, we had to finish these 2 videos and cut all this soap and get it stacked up.
And we've got to go get the cake.
And we got to get the cake and the presents and be back by 6 o'clock. So Bridget was like, I'm going to just wear my gown and not get in the video. And that way she can help me get the soap out of the way and we can get this done faster so we can go shopping for Henry. Okay. All right. So I will let you go. And next I'm going to do the 5 Thieves. And these 2 clips will be at the end of that video as well. So if you're seeing that video, I've also got a cut video where I'm cutting up all the soap I've made in the past 2 days. All right. Bye, everybody. Be back in a sec. Hey everybody. Alright, this is our 5 Thieves Plus because I added, originally rose essential oil was used, and then people have got to where, you know, rose is so expensive they use rosemary or rose geranium instead. So I put rosemary and rose geranium in this one. And then I added black cumin to it because black cumin is an immune system builder. Then I also I put the activated charcoal in it because activated charcoal pulls impurities from the pores and from the skin. And then I added a salt layer to the top. Salt is supposed to be very healing for the skin, and you can do your research on that. I've done some reading on it. I really had never... Oh, and I was going to see how much salt fell off. Quite a bit, but I think it's still enough stayed.
There's a sticky layer there
to look good. Now I'm gonna have to clean that off though. It's everywhere. I did the salt, and then I sprinkled some salt on the top, and I sort of tapped it into the soap a little bit. But I can see that I lost most of it, and oh, I can't put that there. Excuse me, everybody. The sink's beside the camera. Okay. So anyway, but I kept some, and maybe that will hold.
I can hope. We'll find out after cutting.
Yeah, and I'm really, really, really excited. I was wanting to make the 5 Thieves soap, and I had been planning it to maybe do it yesterday. I hadn't set my mind on it completely, but I was pretty much thinking I would do it and add it to my repertoire. And then I had a lady message me, and her sister was going to have surgery, and she wanted some 5 Thieves soap for her, and she didn't have the essential oils. Oh, look at the salt. She didn't have the essential oils to do it, but I did send her the recipe so that she could do it next time if she wanted to, or the recipe that I found. And I searched, and every place had the same recipe, but one place gave the tablespoon measurements in ratio. In other words, how much rosemary compared to how much, cinnamon. And the only thing I was a little bit worried about is it was higher in cinnamon than I normally like to use, because cinnamon is a sensitizer. And so, but I didn't want to mess up the recipe.
So got a nice crunch.
It did, didn't it? It's the salt. Look at the salt. The salt is blended right here, and I hope you can see that. I think that's really pretty. I didn't know how comfortable salt would feel. I've used a salt bar once, but just on my hands. So I didn't want to just, do the whole bar in salt. I wanted to just do a little salt.
Well,
and I also thought that it was decorative as well. The only thing besides white soap I could think of that would do well in the black. So that's what I did. And I used the kosher salt. And as I said, I'm putting this clip in 2 videos. One is my cut video. So if you're watching a video of me cutting several bars of soap and would like to know how to make this soap, I also did a video on this soap from beginning to end. And I just lost one little clip of when I was actually putting it in the mold. And so I did another soap that I was fixing to do with the very similar technique. So I showed you me molding it instead. So you've already seen that by now, unless you're watching the cut video. This is getting very confusing. I'm extremely sorry. So anyway, with activated charcoal, they call it activated because you have to activate it. Oh, we haven't smelled this. So let me tell you, you take that one. So anyway,
this has a wetness to it.
It's the salt. It'll cure out. But
that's cool.
Yeah. But in any case, with activated charcoal, they call it activated because you have to activate it. So you must take a hot shower or use hot water when you're washing your hands with this soap. Oh, that is heavenly, isn't it? Oh, I like that. How would you explain it? For those who's not smelt the 5 Thieves oils together. I can smell the spice of the cinnamon, but yet without knowing that it's cinnamon, I don't know if I would know that's what it is.
Yeah.
I can smell
nice
the rosiness of the rosemary, but yet not like a super rose.
Yeah, it's very light.
Very light, very
you know how I feel
earthy.
I know how I feel about roses, and I like this.
Well, damn, I think it smells like some kind of antique rose.
Yeah. Or one of them knockout roses, because the knockout roses don't have as strong of a smell. If y'all don't know what a knockout rose is, you must look it up.
That is exactly what it smells like. For those of you who hasn't seen the video yet, or if this is in the cut video, boy, this is getting more confusing by the minute. It has clove, lemon, cinnamon, rosemary, eucalyptus, and then I put the black cumin, and I also put geranium in there, and I didn't write it down.
Yep, it smells like my pink knockout rose. That's what it smells like.
And 3/4 cup of the activated charcoal in a double batch. I was going to put a cup. Last time I made this, I put 2 cups, and it took too long to cure, and I didn't want to add extra cure days to it because, as I said, there's a lady that's going to get several bars of this.
This is a kind of a blue-black, whereas that one is like black. You throw it outside, you won't find it.
Yeah, if you look at it in the night, you ain't finding it when I put 2 cups worth in.
Yeah.
But
I like this one. This one is a very attractive color.
Yeah, but it may cure out blacker. I don't know.
Right
now,
all of our soaps, sometimes some of them change in the night.
So
like Batman.
I'm very excited. Oh, and I've already told the recipe for this in the actual making video, but I'm putting this in the cut video too. It was 1 tablespoon clove, 1 tablespoon lemon, not lemongrass, lemon, 2.5 tablespoons cinnamon, and I don't use lemon a lot because lemon is for oily skin. It's an acidic, but just 1 tablespoon is okay. So 2.5 tablespoons cinnamon, 2 tablespoons rosemary, 2 tablespoons eucalyptus, 2 tablespoons black cumin, 1 tablespoon geranium, and 3/4 cup of charcoal. of activated charcoal. And that is for a double batch of 70 ounces of oil. So for 30 to 35 or 36 ounces of oil, that should still be good.
Though they might get
I wouldn't want to go smaller than 32 ounces because of that cinnamon content. And I would think that you would definitely want to buy a half a tablespoon measurer. You know, the little, like a tablespoon. I've got one that's a half a tablespoon.
But you can buy them in a set usually at
Yeah, you can buy them in a
General or
set.
at Walmart.
But not all sets include a half a tablespoon. They'll always include the teaspoons, but
I bought like 3 sets and mine always have it. Maybe I'm just lucky.
I think you are, because I've bought many sets that just had a tablespoon measurer, no other division. So,
Well, Walmart's does. I know that does. It's in the
Yeah.
dollar section. They're color coordinated.
isn't that gorgeous?
But
I'm very pleased with this soap. It smells awesome.
it looks awesome.
It looks awesome.
And this one should be shower safe. You know, the other one was just too black. We were worried about putting it in the shower.
Yeah.
But this one
Well,
should
you know,
be
I've
shower
had
safe.
comments come back that it makes a black foam, but that it didn't stain their tubs.
Ooh.
So this one here has 3/4 of a cup in a double batch, and the other one had 2 cups in a single batch.
That was a very black soap.
It was very black soap. So anyway, and I've got a video on doing that, on rebatching
We got a piece
with
right
activated
here.
charcoal.
Do you
Oh
wanna see
yeah.
it?
Yeah, hand it here.
It's for when we're soaping in the night, you know, and
Yeah.
we get oils on our hands.
And I rebatched, and I didn't melt all of it so that the little colors would show. I was rebatching my scraps, and so that is the difference. Although this one may blacken up a little bit,
Never know.
but this is 2 cups for about 40 ounces of oil, because it was a little bit fuller, the crock pot, since I was rebatching. It was more than just a batch, about 40 ounces.
And that was a happy accident too.
Yeah. Yes, it was. I
Yeah.
thought I had all the pieces melted, but they didn't all melt. And
come
then
out-
it come out beautiful.
it was delightful.
Very delightful. All right. And so I hope that she just loves this, and it is a great benefit to her and the recovery and prior to surgery, that this works awesome for her. And I hope she's very satisfied with it. All right, everybody. Just in case this is the last clip, and I think it will be, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Thank you for watching my commercials. Thank you for using my Essential Depot link when you buy from Essential Depot. That really helps me out. I tell people will sometimes say, you know, what can I do for you, because you've helped me out so much. And I just ask that you watch my commercials, and if you're going to buy from Essential Depot, that you use my link. And how you get to that is you click on my face that's somewhere over here. It takes you to my main page. I also put it in the description, but some people have a harder time finding the description. So if you click on my face, it'll take you to my main channel page, and on the right is my links. And if you get on another page, if you click on uploads or videos, usually there's 4 choices there, like playlist, feeds, and then uploads or videos. That'll take you to my main channel page, and it has the Essential Depot link, my Facebook links. I love to chat with you. I love to help you with making your soap, and so I've opened up a chat page for soaping on Facebook, and we're just all big buddies. There's a lot of new soapers there. There's a lot of old soapers there, and there's a lot of people in between, and we are helping each other, chatting with each other, asking each other questions, showing off our soap pictures, posting our soap videos. I post my video links there. And so please come to my Facebook page, send me a friend request, and add your request to be added to the page, because I would love to get to know you. All right. Bye, everybody.
Oh, and happy birthday to Henry.
Oh, and happy birthday, Henry.
1 year old.
And by the way, if you're watching the cut video, move over to how to make the 5 Thieves video. And Henry and Wesker, I did a little short clip of both of them in that video.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye.